Tuck and Tuck Show.
Welcome to the Tuck and Tuck Show. Today we have a very special episode, and we also have a repeat guest from last year, and we have Clefts. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're great. So today, before we get started, we have dogs with us. So can you tell us who they are?
Yeah. So you are holding Mr. Flounder,
And he is
he is a Miki. So he is a very small breed dog. He will probably be maybe 6 pounds full grown. So he is going to be a very small dog. Sam here is holding Mr. Triton. Triton is a boxer, and he does have a cleft palate. So does Flounder. They both have clefts, but that is Triton. And then she's holding Miss Barbie. Barbie is also a cleft palate. She's perfect. She's perfect. So sweet. Yeah, she's so perfect. Sweet. And then this here is one of our grocery bag litter puppies. So he is one of 7. So yeah, and this is, I call him Blaze, but he does have an official name. I just can't think of what it is right now.
What's a grocery bag litter puppy?
So these puppies were actually found in a grocery bag in a Rite Aid parking lot by an older gentleman and turned into a clerk at the Rite Aid in Berea. Or Brook Park, one of the two.
Brook
Park. And then we were contacted because they weren't sure what to do with them. They were maybe 24 hours old. So somebody had dumped them and
put them behind a tire.
And hoping that somebody would do something not so good to them. So we took the puppies and we've had them since.
Okay. So. Now last year you brought on the liquor group.
Yeah.
So did they all find homes?
Yeah, they did. They're doing fantastic. Sam here actually adopted one of the boys, Bourbon. I don't know if you remember last year, but Bourbon was the one with the heart condition, and we were kind of, hospicing him. Well, it turns out after going to the cardiologist that he does in fact have a very serious heart condition, but it is a condition that he can live a long life with. He just needs to be on medication every day for the rest of his life for his heart, with repeat echocardiograms of his heart. But he's doing fantastic. So
okay, so after the show aired, I know we had a great response from the show last time. Did people reach out to you and want to adopt dogs or take them in? Yeah,
so we did. We had a lot of interest in our show and the show in general about the puppies, just asking questions and people just calling us and telling us how thankful they were that we were there and that we were doing this for puppies. So we did get a lot of feedback from the community about it. So it was really, really good.
Now, you said last year when they went to a home, you had to go into the home with the dogs to make sure the people were going to take care of them. So there's nobody brought any back. Everybody, when they found their home, they were in place forever.
So far we've had a really good record. We did just get one of our puppies back, one of our first puppies that we placed, Q, Mr. Quarter Pounder. But to no fault of his own, it was a family issue, and the family was really sad to have to bring him back. Wow. But he is in a foster home, foster to adopt, currently, and he's thriving. But he's the only one.
So in order to adopt a dog, what do you need to have in your home?
So the main things that we're looking for are just you as a person, how much love you have, how much you want to learn. A lot of our puppies are special needs puppies. So it does take a lot. It's more than just getting a puppy and just saying, oh, we have a puppy. Right. There are things, especially with cleft palates, that you kind of have to learn to do. So we're just looking for somebody who's wanting to learn, somebody who's wanting to make a difference to these puppies. I don't require, a lot of rescues do require fences and stuff like that. I don't. I take it by a case-by-case basis. So it kind of just depends on the puppy itself.
And most of your dogs are not, they're small, and most of them are going to stay kind of small.
Yeah.
So, most of them are probably going to stay inside the house.
Yeah, so a lot of ours, because we do get a lot of purebred dogs, tend to be around 60 pounds. I mean, we do have occasionally one that does exceed that, but for the most part, all of our puppies are 60 pounds and under.
Right, because, I mean, if this dog's trying to bite my hand, he's so small. He's super tiny. And this is you said this is a Miki.
A Miki.
So what is that?
So it is a combination of Maltese, Yorkie,
Japanese Chin,
and
Shih Tzu, Maltese.
Yeah.
Wait,
so,
what's that dog breed again? Can you say it again?
Miki. So
no, Shih Tzu.
Oh, Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu. So it's just a bunch of small dogs that they put together.
But does that make it so they're more susceptible to being a cleft palate dog?
So no, and this is really really odd for this particular breed because they are so many different varieties of them. The different breeds that they're not really close enough relatives wise to say they're going to be inbred of some sort. So no, this is just a fluke.
Oh, okay. Well, that's one of so many.
Yeah.
So you still work for the vet and that is so awesome what you do with these dogs because.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if you weren't here, they would just be destroyed. Is that not right?
Mm-hmm. There is a few people who do cleft palate rescue as well. However, they do other rescue as well. So their rescue isn't just for clefts, where ours is geared towards clefts. Okay. Just because there are so many out there that people don't know about that they were being euthanized. So we were just trying to fit in where we could get in, and this is what we did. So, but yeah.
Okay, well, we're having a great time with these dogs. I love when you come here because we do some interviews. It's always people.
Yeah.
And people are people, but dogs are special because they're so loyal to people.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love dogs? You know what I'm saying?
And they're good for your serotonin, so they kind of make you happy, and kind of if you have a bad day, you just kind of hold them and talk to them.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break, and after that, we'll be back with more of Crystal's Clefts. What are you doing over here?
Hi, welcome to the ARB.
Looking for an excellent restaurant? Then visit the ARB at Tappan Square, located at 19 West College Street in beautiful downtown Oberlin. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go. Visit www.thearboberlin.com to order online. The ARB is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Be sure to visit the ARB at Tappan Square in Oberlin today.
Thanks for coming to the ARB. Come back again. Bye.
Welcome to Johnny's.
Johnny's Carry Out is where you can find an extreme variety of your favorite spirits, wines, and craft beer. Located at 12290 Levitt Road, Oberlin, Ohio at the intersection of Butternut Ridge Road and State Route 58. Whether you are hosting a social get-together, relaxing at home, or entertaining guests, Johnny's Carry Out has the perfect pairing. Come and check out our amazing selection of fine wines, our incredible collection of domestic and craft beers, and awesome assortment of premium spirits. We also have a variety of non-alcoholic selections. Visit Johnny's Carry Out at 12990 Levitt Road in Oberlin, Ohio, today.
Welcome back to the Tuck and Tuck Show.
Welcome back to the Tuck and Tuck Show, Season 2, Episode 10. This might be my favorite episode ever, y'all. I love dogs. And we have so many dogs. This is Barbie, and she's young in turn, but I'm the star of the show. Sorry, Barbie. I have a question for you, Sam. How did you get involved with Crystal's Clefts?
So I met Crystal through working with her, and then I fell in love with Littlefoot, one of the first ones that she had, and I adopted him, and then I was like, I need to be a part of this. So here I am.
I love it.
All right, now you said when they have the cleft, you said that leads to sometime infection and other stuff?
Yeah, so it can lead to upper respiratories, pneumonia. It just depends on how big the palate is, and that's why you have to teach a lot of patient education as far as when they're adopting them. So say Sam, she's adopted two that have pretty severe cleft palates. So with her, it's a lot more diligent work. What you feed them, how you give them water. With surgery, we have a protocol that we follow as far as knocking them out because they, can't vomit. You don't want them to vomit because they'll aspirate. But then, have some like Triton, whose palate's actually closing, who's a little bit more of a normal puppy. So his we wouldn't worry too much of aspiration that way. Yeah,
no, it's him.
So do a lot of them end up closing over time, or do they always have that?
So they do.
It just depends.
Yeah, so there's two different palates. If you think about the roof of your mouth and you touch the roof of your mouth with your tongue, the very first part is your hard palate. Right. The one in the back, if you can reach it, is your soft palate. So both of those can actually be affected. And usually when they're one or the other, they're both. So the hard palate is more likely to close. So the front of the palate is more likely to close, but then the back of the palate still stays open. So that way you still have to worry about, aspiration and things like that. But they can close. It just depends on, it's case by case.
So if you do decide to take on one of these dogs, you have to be very diligent and taking care of. You can't just say, all right, I got to go to work and leave them there. You can't just leave them there, can you?
I mean, you could. You just have to. They're not ones that you would want to, leave a water bowl in their cage or leave food in their cage. They're ones that you kind of want to pay attention to when they're eating and when they're drinking until they're at least a little bit older and you get comfortable with what they're doing.
Okay, because Triton seemed like he's just fine. He's just all over the place.
He's excited.
Yeah, he is.
And Barbie, too. They're both like, we're good, man. Ain't nothing wrong with us. We don't have any
so their
problem.
palates were not too severe.
They're not horrible.
Yeah, they weren't severe at birth. And they've actually not gotten bigger or anything, so they're doing really well.
All right. Now, if, say, somebody wants to help you out, give you a donation, how do we reach you?
So you can follow us. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook, on Crystal's Clefts. Okay. We do take Venmo, so it's just Crystal's Clefts on Venmo. We take check, cash, however you want to give it to us. We also have a huge bill at our vet clinic, so you can call there directly, and the clinic is Animal Clinic Northview. And you can just make a donation that way as well.
Right, because we had a thing for a scholarship. And I donated to that, and Matt, he didn't. So just maybe Matt, because Matt makes a lot more money than I do.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe he'll match what I gave to the scholarship fund.
Oh, that would be nice.
Because I donated like $100 to the scholarship fund, so maybe Matt will match that.
Oh, that would be nice.
Because he buys stuff like puppets and buys little shoes for him and stuff. So I don't.
Well, these are definitely way better than puppets, I would think.
Yeah, but yeah, these are awesome dogs, and this is so small. I always worry about stepping on him.
Yeah, he's a pound, and he's honestly he's 9 weeks, so technically he's adoptable, but obviously
he's so tiny.
I won't let him go until he's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, because you could just step on him, or if you don't be careful.
Oh, he's feisty. He is feisty.
So feisty.
Yeah, he keeps biting my finger. It doesn't hurt at all. What are you doing? And if he's outside, I'm worried about hawks getting him or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens.
You just have to put him in one of those little hamster balls.
So this is all you really do is Frenchies. Most of the time you have French bulldogs.
Yeah, so I mean it's not common for me not to have a Frenchie. I actually love having Frenchies. They're one of the breeds I've kind of perfected as far as my craft is concerned when it comes to clefts, so I kind of know what works for them and what doesn't work. And then American Bullies are another breed that we get all the time. So between those two. And
you don't sell them?
I do not sell them. We are a nonprofit, so we do strictly adoption. We do require an adoption fee. So that fee just goes right back into the pot to help the next set of puppies. So for instance, we have 2 puppies that are currently available for adoption. They are completely vaccinated, so they have all 3 of their parvo vaccines. They'll be spayed and neutered by the time they leave, or they'll have an appointment to go be spayed and neutered. So all of that is included in their adoption fee.
This dog keeps trying to bite me.
Yeah, he's feisty.
So I know she's a new volunteer. So if somebody else wanted to help, is there certain criteria they have to meet, or just be a dog-loving person?
Yeah, we're always looking for different type of volunteers. So we're always looking for foster homes. That's a big thing right now. We're really looking for
fosters.
Yeah, foster homes. I can only take in as many puppies as I can have help with. So I get them to like this age, and then I'm looking to put them in fosters because I need to make room for the other ones. So foster homes, we're looking for people to come out and help us, with our fundraisers. When we do our doggy do, volunteers to hand out pamphlets and things like that. So we're always looking for all kinds of help.
You just go to our website, Clefts, and we have a volunteer form you guys can just fill out.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't let that dog fall off the table, because that's a long drop.
I'm scared of that dog.
Yeah, that's a long drop. But this dog thinks he's so tough. He's always trying to bite somebody.
Yeah.
Once again, man, we really love having you guys on the show. And we hope that people volunteer, and we hope that people donate, because you do a great service for dogs. I see people all the time that have dogs, and most people do love their dogs. Mm-hmm. But to taking a dog that's just medically deficient, that's amazing, because a lot of people wouldn't take the time to do all the stuff that you guys do.
Yeah, and I think that in our hearts, it does a lot for us too. So, as much as we do for the puppies, I think that they do really more for us than anything. I mean, it makes our hearts full to know that, we're their beginning, but they're going to go on to an amazing, forever with their families. And I love to see the families with their pictures, and, it makes me happy to see where they go from there.
Yeah, if they could, this is a very nice home in a very nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
I think they should adopt one. Matt and Melinda.
What's one or two? Right.
Two. Well, if you get one, you should have two, so the other one can play with you.
They need a buddy.
That would be so awesome.
These
Matt,
dogs are
I think you should get a dog, Matt. Yeah, you play with puppets. You should at least get a dog. Mm-hmm. Don't be so weird. Become a real guy and get a little dog.
Barbie's perfect. Barbie is it. Hey, girl.
And there's actually a Ken to Barbie. Barbie does have a Ken at home. She does. If you look at our website, you'll see the pictures of Barbie and Ken in their Barbie car and their Barbie house. So,
Barbie car.
The Barbie elevator.
Yes.
All right. So if you're out there and you really love dogs, you have to be a real dog lover to take on this task. But if you really do, find Crystal's Clefts. Reach out to her and say you'd like to donate one of these wonderful dogs. They're all great dogs, too. Titan, Flounder, Barbie. And what's that one's name?
These are the grocery bag litters. So we just named them. I just cannot remember who's who at the moment. So
now that dog is very young.
Yeah, they just turned 4 weeks today.
Okay. And I'm glad you saved them from the grocery store where they found them and turned them in.
Yeah. Yep.
And this little dog, it feels like he's going to almost break if you just don't be careful with him. All right, Matt, so is that the show for today? The show has gone to the dogs once again. So I really appreciate you guys coming on. And we'd like to thank our sponsors who are...
We have 5 sponsors. We have Johnny's Carryout. We have Prestige Detailing. We have Oberlin Weekly. And then my 2 favorites, in no order in particular, the Arb at Tappan Square and Doobies Smoke Shop.
All right, thank you, and as Mark will say, adios.
Adios.
This has been another bomb-ass production from Short Walk Studios.